Kellogg's Pep. Kellogg's Pep, the build-up wheat cereal with the prize in every package, invites you to share another thrilling adventure with Mark Trail.
Battling the raging elements, fighting the savage wilderness, striking at the enemies of man and nature. One man's name resounds from snow-capped mountains down across the sun-baked plains. Mark Trail!
In the sleepy little town of Junction Valley, nestled close to the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains, the lone operator at the telephone exchange is unusually active, putting through 2 long-distance calls at the same time. The first is from Cherry Davis, who is visiting at the farm of her cousin, Alvin Roberts, a horse breeder.
Hello, Mark. Mark, this is Cherry. Oh, yes, thanks. I'm having a wonderful time. Mark, the reason I called is that Alvin and I wondered if you could come over here for a little visit after you finished with your job in Washington. Oh, good.
The other call is being made from the phone booth in the dingy lobby of the town's only hotel. As his pale, alert eyes sweep back and forth across the deserted lobby, the speaker presses his thick lips close to the mouthpiece.
Doc, Gillis, Junction Valley's made to order for us. Uh-huh. Local vet is in the hospital. There are 10 times as many horses here as people. Yes, of course, I'll set everything up. You get here on Tuesday and check into the hotel. Right. I'll contact you, but don't let anybody tumble that we know each other. Be sure to get here on Tuesday, or a lot of healthy horses will be dead.
Seems like there's always another exciting adventure waiting for Mark Trail.
And if you'd like to hit the adventure trail, listen. Help build up strength. Help build up energy. Help build up strong bones and steady nerves with that famous build-up wheat cereal, Kellogg's Pep. Whole wheat in its most delicious form, toasted flakes. That's Kellogg's Pep. Of course, not even Pep can make you strong as a North Woodsman after only one serving. But one serving of Pep with milk and sugar day after day can add up to a powerhouse of food elements needed to build up strength, energy, strong bones, and steady nerves. The things you need to feel fit for fun. So mark this. Marvelous malty-flavored Pep has more vitamins than any other ready-to-eat wheat cereal. That's the truth. And near the end of today's show, I'll tell you how to get a real miniature automobile. One you can operate by secret power and mystify your friends. Meantime, just remember, if you want to hit the adventure trail and really feel fit for fun, ask your mother when she goes shopping to bring you a package of Kellogg's Pep. That's Kellogg's Pep.
It is late afternoon, and on a grassy meadow adjoining the stables of the Robert Stud Farm in Junction Valley, Cherry Davis and her cousin Alvin, the owner of the farm, watch with grave concern as a prize thoroughbred limps painfully across the ground. Patting the horse gently on the shoulder, Cherry encourages him to walk.
Come on, Acorn. Try to put your weight on that leg. Just try. Oh, I know it hurts, but we've got to find out where the trouble is.
Oh, it's no use, Cherry.
Oh, he just can't put any weight on that lame leg, Alvin.
And he's terrible pain. Getting worse all the time.
You're sure the leg isn't broken?
Positive, Cherry. I've examined it a dozen times. It's got me licked. All my years of horse breeding, I've never come across anything like it.
It's torture to know an animal's in pain and not be able to do anything about it. Oh, I wish Mark were here. You know how wonderful he is with horses.
Yeah, I know, but Mark won't get here till tomorrow. And the way that leg is swelling, I'm afraid it'll be too late.
Oh, no, Alvin.
Let's take him back to the stable.
Only we could get hold of a vet.
Well, our vet's in the hospital, and the Linvale doc's gone on a 2-week vacation.
Oh, there's a car coming up the road. Oh, Alvin, you don't suppose Mark could have changed his mind and come a day earlier? Oh, no, it's a middle-aged man. Someone you know?
Frankly, don't look like anything real. More like a fugitive from a Charles Dickens novel.
Well, he's obviously come to pay a visit. Bulbous nose and all.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir.
Howdy,
Miss.
Hello.
Yes. As I drove up the road here, enjoying the clear, fresh air and the cool, peaceful shade of these beautiful Blue Ridge Mountains, I saw you and this lovely young lady leading a lame horse. Perhaps I could be of service. My card, sir. Winters is the name. Veterinarian, par excellence.
A vet. Alvin, this is a piece of luck.
Well, I don't know.
Oh, you hesitate, of course. That's why shouldn't you? That's a thoroughbred horse, and you don't know me from Adam.
Oh, no offense, Dr. Winters, but I...
Oh, tut, my good fellow. How could you know that I've doctored some of the best horses, both here and abroad? Son, this fine animal is in pain, great pain. Unless that leg receives skilled attention at once, this horse will die.
Well, can you diagnose the trouble?
Diagnose, my good man. Oh, I can cure the horse if anyone can.
Oh, Alvin, try him. Acorn is suffering terribly.
Well, all right, Doctor, do what you can.
With pleasure, sir. Lead him to his stall. I'll get my bag from the car. There's no time to lose.
Alvin, do you think you can save Acorn?
We'll soon find out, Cherry. But if he's a quack and causes that horse any suffering, he'll answer to me. Cherry, I don't like this at all. If that Doc Winters is as sure of himself, why'd he insist that we leave the stable while he treated Acorn?
Well, I think maybe we made him nervous.
That's Acorn now. Come on, Cherry, I'm going in. What's the matter, Doctor? What happened?
Now, son, take it easy. Everything's under control, and your horse is going to be all right.
The swelling hasn't gone down any.
Oh, give it a little time, my good man, a little time. I guarantee that within a few hours, that leg will be as good as new.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Well, how much do I owe you, Doctor?
$50.
$50?
That's not too much, Cherry, if Acorn recovers.
Thank you, sir. I'm staying at the hotel at the Junction.
Well, we'll be driving over to the Junction tomorrow morning to meet a friend. I'll bring your fee along then.
Anytime. I know a gentleman when I see one. And now, I'll bid you good day.
Goodbye, Doctor.
I'm very grateful to you.
No mention. Always glad to be of service to our equine friends.
You still don't quite trust him, do you, Alvin?
I don't know, Cherry. He's a queer duck, all right. But I'll reserve judgment till I see what happens to Acorn. I tell you, Mark, that Doc Winters is a real wizard with horses.
At $50 a treatment, he should be.
Marky's a fantastic character, but he did work some sort of miracle on Acorn yesterday.
Too bad you paid him off before my train came in. I'd like to have met him. Alvin, about this outlaw horse of yours.
Yeah?
Cherry said you thought he could be broken.
Well, I think so. But I need your advice on how to do it.
Why are you turning off the road, Alvin?
Oh, I want to stop here at Dudley King's stables. He has a filly I've been thinking of buying, and I'd like Mark's opinion of it. Well, here we are.
Oh, King has a nice layout here.
Yeah.
Is that Mr. King riding up the path there beyond the stable?
No, Cherry, that's a stranger. But he's riding the filly I spoke about. Oh, there's King coming out of the stable now. Come on. Well, what do you think of Bonnie?
Lovely name.
Handles easily, doesn't she?
Hello there, Robert. Come to take another look at Bonnie?
That's right. Haven't sold her, have you?
No. That's Mr. Gillis bringing her in. He rented her for a canter. Didn't keep her out long, though. Enjoy your ride, Mr. Gillis?
Yeah, very much. Yeah, wouldn't mind owning this horse.
Mr. Roberts here had his bid in ahead of you.
Yep, I've had my eye on that filly for some time, Gillis. Oh, say, I'm forgetting to do the honors. This is my cousin, Cherry Davis.
Hi.
My friend, Mark Trail.
Howdy do.
Mr. King and Mr. Gillis.
How did you?
And if Mark okays, Bonnie, I'll sign the bill of sale right now.
Well, what do you say, Mark?
She sizes up well. Short, straight back. Good, strong pasterns. Properly sloped. All right. Let's have a look at your teeth now, Bonnie. Easy now. Easy, girl. Easy. Uh-huh. 4.5 years old, isn't she, King?
That's right. Say, you must be a horse breeder, Mr. Trail.
No, conservation is my line, but I work with animals a lot. Alvin, I'd buy this horse.
So, Mr. King,
I've got the papers in my office.
lead the way.
I'll send Bonnie over to your place in the van this afternoon.
This'll only take a minute, Mark. I'll meet you at the car.
Right.
Can we give you a lift anywhere, Mr. Gillis?
Huh? Oh, no, thank you.
Come along then, Cherry.
Gillis, my good fellow, I'm a prompt man. You've kept me waiting almost an hour. What have you got to say for yourself?
Before we go into that, how about cutting up the score?
Verily, we have landed upon an oasis of suckers, Gillis.
How much?
Your share so far is 200. Now, what other natives have you lined up?
Well, I fixed that filly at Dudley King's, and 5 minutes later, Roberts bought her.
Alvin Roberts?
Yeah.
Have you taken leave of your senses, man?
I know we already nicked him once, but how was I to know he was going to buy that filly? I thought I was setting things up for Dudley King to pay.
I don't like it. Spreading our luck too thin.
Well, I don't think Roberts will get wise. But I'm not so sure about that guy he had with him. That Trail fellow seemed to know much.
You say Trail? Not Mark Trail, the conservation expert?
Yeah.
The gods have turned their backs on us.
Come again?
We're sunk, stupid, conflummoxed.
And then we better blow.
Wait a moment, let me consider. I'm not a man to leave a fertile field before it has yielded up its crop. When is the filly being delivered to Roberts?
Right away.
I must hie myself out to the Roberts stable, and I'll lame that horse before her lameness is discovered.
Hey, Doc, you've got it upstairs.
Leave it to me, then. In the interim, tell me where I'll find my other patients.
Well, Mark, here's Apache, my beautiful outlaw.
Oh, he's a beauty, all right.
Yes, sir. I picked him up for a song from his original owner. He was convinced Apache was a killer.
How do you get Apache out of his stall, Alvin?
Oh, I've rigged up a private corral for him. See this chain here?
Yeah?
Well, you just pull it down like this. And the chain opens a sliding door at the rear of the stall. Lets the horse out into his corral.
He comes back when he gets hungry.
Very neat.
Good afternoon, Mr. Roberts.
Oh, Dr. Winter.
Yeah. I was just passing by. I thought I'd take another look at Acorn.
Oh, Acorn's fine. Thanks to you, Doctor.
Dr. Winters, this is Mark Trail. He's been wanting to meet you.
A pleasure, sir, a pleasure.
Doctor, I hear you're quite a miracle man.
Oh, there's not much I don't know about horses. Say, isn't that a new filly in the end stall? Mind if I have a look, Roberts?
Just a moment, Doctor. What was the matter with Acorn, anyway?
Lame, sir, lame.
What sort of lameness is contagious?
I didn't say the horse had anything contagious.
Well, haven't you cured a number of others of the same ailment?
Well, yes, but I...
Well, now, don't act so mysterious, Doctor. Fistule of the parotid duct, wasn't it?
Yes, that's right. I see it's much later than I thought. I'll have to be getting along. Good night. I'll drop around to see Acorn some other time.
Well, that was a quick exit.
Hey, Mark, what sort of double talk was that? The parotid duct is near a horse's ear, not in his leg.
Exactly. You know it and I know it, but Dr. Winters didn't. He's no fat Alvin. He's a fake.
But what about Acorn? He was lame and the doc cured him.
Well, I don't know the answer to that yet. But there's something very suspicious about an epidemic of lame horses and the sudden arrival of a phony horse doctor.
And he claimed I recommended him.
Alvin, get on the phone and warn your friends about Winters. Tell them not to let him near their stables.
Now, look, Mark, are you sure you know what you're doing? The horse owners around here will take your word for anything, but if their lame horses should die for lack of proper treatment...
I'll take all the responsibility. Tell them to call on me if they need any help.
Trail, this is Dudley King. You come over right away. One of my best horses has gone lame.
Alvin, has Mark come back yet? I've just discovered that Bonnie is lame.
We sure fixed that Mark Trail's wagon, Doc. By this time tomorrow, he'll have a dozen lame horses on his hands.
Yeah, we'll just lie low and bide our time, Gillis. When things reach the desperation point, I shall reappear to work my miracles at double the price.
Mark, what are you going to do? The epidemic is spreading, and you admit you don't know what the trouble is.
It's not an epidemic, Alvin. These horses aren't suffering from any disease.
Mark, they're lame. Everyone is depending on you. You can't just let these horses die.
Listen, Mark, before it's too late, withdraw your charges against Doc Winters. He can save the horses.
And if I don't?
The people are up in arms. They'll run you out of town on a rail.
For a long moment, Mark stands looking at Alvin and Jerry. They are offering him what seems to be the only way out of a dangerous situation. Will Mark Trail be beaten and defeated by a common trickster? In a moment, we'll continue. So stand by.
A tough spot to be in. And how about you? Will you be in a tough spot someday soon when the gang gets together for a ball game? Suppose you're in there in the pitcher's box. You grip the ball and let her rip toward the plate. Foul ball. Strike 2. Now, if this man gets a hit, the game is lost. But day after day, you've made Kellogg's Pep with milk and sugar the main part of your breakfast. Pep, the build-up wheat cereal. Wheat in its most delicious form. Toasted flakes of wheat. The catcher signals for a curve. Your best pitch. Ball 3. A little too much on that one. But you've still got a big pitch left. And after eating Pep every single day and storing up a real powerhouse of food elements to help you build up strength, energy, strong bones, and steady nerves, you feel fit for fun like this. Now, you wind up and pitch. Struck him out and saved the game. Yes, when you eat Pep, the build-up wheat cereal, day after day, you really feel fit for fun. And remember, toward the end of the show, I'll tell you how to get a real miniature car that you can operate by secret remote control. Meantime, if you want to really feel fit for fun, you want Kellogg's Pep.
The people of Junction Valley are demanding that Mark Trail keep his promise and do something to save their lame horses. Doc Winters, whom Mark has denounced as a fake vet, is keeping out of sight, waiting for Mark to admit defeat and seek his help. But suddenly, to the amazement of everyone, Mark vanishes from sight.
Mr. King, I don't know where Mark has gone. I only hope nothing has happened to him.
Jerry, I just can't understand it. I never knew Mark to run out in a fight before.
Oh, Alvin, he hasn't run out. I'd stake my life on it.
Robert says you know the horse owners have chosen me as their spokesman. They demand you call Doc Winters at once. You know he can cure our horses because he cured one of yours. Trail has had his chance and he's failed.
Yeah, I know how you feel, King. That filly of mine is in bad shape, too. But I honestly have no idea where Doc is either.
Well, I'm sure of one thing. If these lame horses don't get skilled treatment by morning, they'll have to be taken out of their misery. If that happens, we intend to hold Trail responsible for our losses.
Mr. King, you're acting as if...
Take...
Oh, Alvin, why did you let him get away with such talk? The way he sounded, you'd think Mark lamed the horses.
Cherry, you and I know that Mark's motives were the best, but that doesn't change anything.
Well, what are we going to do?
Only one thing I can do. Try to find Doc Winters.
That'll be like looking for a needle in a haystack, won't it? He's checked out of his hotel, so he must have left town.
Somehow I can't bring myself to believe that. I don't think the Doc would leave Junction Valley till he was certain he couldn't make any more money here.
Oh, Alvin, I'm stumped. I don't know what to think.
If this gets around, Mark would be ruined.
Is that you, Alvin?
No, Jerry.
Oh, Mark! Oh, thank goodness you're back.
Where's Alvin?
Well, Oh, Mark, Bonnie is in serious condition. Alvin waited as long as he could, but, well, he's gone out to look for Dr. Winters.
I only hope he finds that quack and brings him back here.
You're still convinced he's a quack?
I know he is, Jerry. I got the answer to this whole messy business from a friend of mine over in Center Hill. But the explanations will have to wait till I take care of Bonnie. Now, get Alvin's medicine kit and bring it to the stables. Easy now, Bonnie. Easy, girl. Jerry.
Yeah?
Hold the light a little closer.
All right.
And hand me the magnifying glass.
Here you are.
Thanks.
Oh, now, be a good girl. Mark's trying to help you. Oh, poor Bonnie, you've had a bad time, haven't you?
Jerry, look. Look at this.
What, Mark? Where?
See that white hair on this side of the fetlock?
Yeah?
And Now look here on the other side of the leg.
Another white hair.
No, it's the same hair. Now watch.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to take a careful grip on this end of the hair with the tweezers and extract it. Oh, it'll hurt a bit, Bonnie. But this is what's been causing you all the trouble, and it's got to come out.
Mark, you're right. The white hair is disappearing on this side. It's going right through the ankle.
Easy does it. There you are. You'll be all right now, Bonnie.
Mark, I don't understand. How did that hair get there?
It was put there deliberately by Doc Winter's accomplice.
His accomplice? Who?
I don't know who he is yet, Cherry. But when I lay my hands on him, he and Winters will be put where they won't even see a horse for a long, long time.
Still a riddle to me. Why should anyone want to do a thing like that?
No, it's a vicious racket for making easy money, Cherry. I didn't suspect anything like this at first because several horses went lame before Winters arrived in town. Now I realize that his accomplice took care of that part of it.
I see. Then Doc arrived on the scene just in time to cure the horses and collect a fat fee.
That's the way they worked it, Cherry.
Well,
You saw what a simple operation it was to pull the hair out once I knew it was there.
to think that a single hair can cause a horse to become lame.
Cherry, it can ruin the horse entirely if it isn't removed within 3 or 4 days.
Well, it's about the lowest racket I ever heard of. Oh, Mark, look at Bonnie.
Well, yeah, she's actually putting some weight on that lame leg. But we can't spend any more time here, Cherry. We've got work to do. Come on. We'll phone all the farmers who have lame horses and tell them what to do.
Mark, look out!
Oh, I forgot we were passing a Apache stall.
You got a little too close.
Oh, don't think I've forgotten you, Apache. I'll be seeing you later.
Doc, I don't tally this last move of yours. Why are we driving to the Roberts place?
My good man, don't you have the ability to add two simple facts together?
What two facts?
You said you heard in town that Alvin Roberts was looking for me, didn't you?
Yeah?
And you also ascertained that Mark Trail suddenly decamped for parts unknown.
And that adds up to what?
Trail is licked and has tossed in the sponge. And Roberts is willing to meet whatever terms I wish to make to save his precious filly.
I'm not so sure. From what you said about that trail guy, I didn't figure him to cop a heel.
He's out of the way, isn't he? Yeah, that's all that counts. I presume we'll find Roberts in the stable with his sick horse.
I sure hope you know what you're doing.
Relax. Well, here we are.
Roberts don't seem to be around, Doc.
Before we summon him, I'll just have a look at that filly.
She must be in bad shape by now.
That's an outlaw horse.
Leaping snake eyes. The bloke almost took a piece out of my arm.
Give him a wide berth.
You bet I will. Here's the filly, Doc.
Seems to be pretty frisky. Just have a look at that leg.
Get away from that horse, Winters.
Trail!
Well, this is a surprise.
That horse doesn't need your services, Doc. I've already extracted the hair.
You wait. How'd you find out?
Keep quiet, Gillis, quiet.
I know all about your racket. You're out of Center Hill just ahead of the police. But you're not going to be so lucky here at Junction Valley.
That's enough out of you, Trail. Get your hands up.
Gillis, since when have you been carrying a gun?
Since that trouble at Center Hill, Doc. Now, get into that empty stall, Trail.
Wait a minute, I've got a better idea. Back up, Mr. Trail.
What's the idea?
You'll see. A little farther.
Doc, what are you going to do?
Quiet, Gillis. That's far enough.
He's in front of that outlaw stall. Oh, I get it now.
When I turn him around, hit him over the head with your gun.
Right.
Face this way, Trail.
Listen, Doc. A gun won't help you now.
That'll hold him for the nonce. Now, Gillis, help me lift him into the outlaw's stall.
This guy was just too smart for his own good. He's heavy.
Lift, you numbskull, and keep well away from that horse.
Over he goes.
And now, Mr. Trail will become the victim of a dreadful accident.
As the men turn and rush out of the stable, Mark's head begins to clear. To his horror, he sees the maddened outlaw horse rear up on its hind legs, ready to crush him. How can Mark Trail defend himself against this frenzied killer? We'll know in just a moment, so keep listening.
Listen closely. Here's the story about that miniature automobile with the secret controls. It's a real brightly colored scale model 1950 Ford car. A car you can run with the wave of your hand. You see, the secret is a mystery control ring hidden in your hand. Amaze your friends. Let them watch and wonder as you move your scale model 50 Ford backward, forward, fast, or slow without even touching it. And it's easy to get your Magna-Power Ford plus the mystery control ring. Just send your name and address with 25 cents and one box top from Kellogg's Pep to Kellogg's, Box 400, New York, 46, New York. So ask Mother to get Kellogg's Pep, the build-up wheat cereal. Then, while you're enjoying marvelous malty-flavored Pep, you'll be able to send for your Magna-Power Ford and mystery control ring. Remember, print your name and address clearly and send 25 cents and one box top from Kellogg's Pep to Kellogg's, Box 400, New York, 46, New York. Yes, and remember, if you want to really feel fit for fun, you want Kellogg's Pep.
Trapped by Doc Winters and Gillis, Mark is thrown into the stall of Apache, an outlaw horse, and abandoned. For a terrifying moment, he dodges the wildly flaying hooves, and then, with a sudden cat-like movement, he reaches high above his head and grasps the chain that opens the sliding door at the rear of the stall.
All right. Back up, Apache. Back up. That's it. Back up all the way. Oh, good. I guess he was just as anxious to escape as I was.
Mark, are you all right?
Yes, Jerry, over here. Did those men get away?
They were getting into their car as I came toward the stable.
We've got to catch them. Come on.
Alvin hasn't come back yet, so we have no car.
Uh-oh, we're too late anyway. There they go down the drive. Only thing we can do now is call the sheriff.
Mark, they're shooting at us. Duck!
Oh, Jerry, it's their tire. They've had a blowout.
Mark, they've crashed into the fence.
You wait here. Gillis has a gun.
No, I'm coming with you. Doc Winters is slumped over the wheel.
Yes, but Gillis is all right. He's getting out of the car. Stay back, Jerry. I'll take care of him.
Don't you come near me, Trail. Stay away or I'll shoot.
Oh, you will, huh? You will. Just relieve you of your gun, and then we'll call the sheriff.
Good tackle, Mark.
All right, on your feet, Gillis.
Doc's coming around, Mark.
Oh, he was just stunned, I guess.
My good fellow, would you be kind enough to enlighten me about what's going on here?
With pleasure, Doctor. I'm about to make my reservations for you and your sidekick at the county jail.
Hear that, gang? It's the howl of a wolf leading his pack to the kill. They streak across the snow-covered plains of the north, vicious and deadly, striking quickly, then disappearing into the shadows. On Friday, Mark Trail is summoned to stop them, but finds that bullets have no effect on the ghost wolves of Indian Point. Tune in, same time, same station on Friday, and find out what happens to Mark Trail.
Battling the raging elements, fighting the savage wilderness, striking at the enemies of man and nature. One man's name resounds from snow-capped mountains down across the sun-baked plains. Mark Trail!
Remember to tune in then on Friday when Mark Trail will again be brought to you by the build-up wheat cereal, Kellogg's Pep.
This program is entirely fictitious. The resemblance of any name, personality, or incident to an actual person or event is merely coincidental. This program came from New York. Mark Trail by Ed Dodd also appears in the comics of many of America's leading newspapers. Look for it daily and Sunday. Matt Crowley portrays Mark Trail and Amy Siddell as Cherry. Today's Mark Trail was written by Gilbert Braun, directed by Drex Hines. Jackson Beck speaking. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.